Hi everyone, this is Teo, also known as Parka from parkablogs.com. Today I want to review the SPD Painter's Journal. SPD is the Society of Physically Disabled. They are located here in Singapore, and recently they came out with this customized sketchbook that they are selling. So they sent me one copy for review, and let me just show you what this sketchbook is all about. This is a customized handmade sketchbook, and you can customize it in many different ways. For example, the cover. It comes in many different colors. So far what I know of is they come in 10 colors, at least 10 colors. So I got mine in black, and the surface is some sort of a wax surface, so it's waterproof and it doesn't collect dust, and you can easily clean it just by wiping off with a cloth. Now on the cover itself, okay, there are some stickers. These stickers are from the Urban Sketchers Symposium that I stick it on. But what I want to say is that you can emboss your name and on this square. So there will be this square where you can print your initials there, and you can also put your name at the front of the cover. There is a rubber band to hold the covers together. The cover by the way is quite thick. So inside we have a pocket at the back, and the paper is a Saunders 200 GSM cold press paper. This is a white paper, and you can customize this paper as well. So you can choose whether you want it white or you can want it off-white. Let me give you an example of the white color. This is white, and this is this Saunders pad here that I have is off-white. I'm not sure if you can see the difference. Personally, I prefer white because the colors come out more neutral. At least that's what I think. So inside we have 50 pages of 100% cotton paper. So the paper is very durable, and it's not too thick. And since it's only 200 GSM, the paper does buckle a bit. So I've completed my sketchbook, and you can see that the paper does buckle a bit. But I think it's no big deal. 200 GSM paper, it's known to buckle unless the paper is very soft. You can actually press it back, but this one is it's not that soft, but it's durable. So let's take a closer look at how the sketches appear in this sketchbook. Before I start, I want to compare this sketchbook with some sketchbook that you might know of. This one is about slightly smaller than A5 size, and this is the A5 size Moleskine sketchbook. So they are roughly about the same size, except that the Moleskine has maybe 1 inch plus extra width. So it's a very compact and nice size to bring out. The other sketchbook I want to compare with is the Perfect Sketchbook, and they both use 100% cotton paper, but this one is quite challenging to draw in because of the size. This one is a bit too small, so SPD Painter's Journal is twice the size, and it's really more comfortable to draw with. So let's take a look at what's inside. These are sketches that I made during the Urban Sketchers Symposium that happened in July 2015. So that's just a few weeks ago. And I used Mission Gold watercolors on this paper. And the colors come out very vibrant. The paper doesn't dull down the colors, which is very good. As compared to if you were to use the off-white Saunders paper, then the colors will appear a bit warm because of the off-white nature of the paper. But on white paper, I like that the colors come out just the way I want it to. The paper is a bit, I would say, even though it's cold press, it's a bit, I'll say, medium grain as compared to fine grain. So If you are to use pencil on it, the pencil will blunt down just within a second or two. That's how rough it is. But you can use, it works well with pen and ink. But for pen and ink, I would suggest using a nib that is fine. Don't use a medium nib. If not, the texture of the pen strokes will come out a bit rough. For this sketch, I use Sharpie markers, and some impression that came onto the opposite page from the Sharpie markers. I'm not sure if you can see it, so because of that I skip this blank page. Let's see, these are some more sketches. The paper is 100% cotton, so it takes many layers of watercolor very well. It buckles slightly, but that's to be expected from a sketchbook of 200 GSM. Oh, there's this ribbon also. These are pen and ink sketchers. I've layered very heavy wash for this particular sketch and it handles very well. The medium grain nature of the paper also shows the granulation, shows off the granulation quite well. The paper is quite dry, so you will be able to see some of these dried edges if you don't use enough water. Or if your brush goes very fast across the edge, then you get these dry edges that you see here. For example, you see these areas, all the edges are a bit rough. So if you want sharp edges like this, then you have to go much slower. The binding is terrific, so you can open the sketchbook flat even on the first page. That's on the first page, so you can open flat even on the first page. Check out the rough edges at the bottom here. I brushed it through quite fast just to get a sparkling effect of the water. Some beautiful granulation effects from the French ultramarine. This sketch is watercolor and pencil. And the pencils, if you were to use non-mechanical pencils like those normal wooden pencils, then they'll get blunted out very quickly and your pencil strokes will appear very, very rough. I think you can see a bit of that at this area. So these areas are a bit rough. This is also a pencil and watercolor sketch. I've used many layers for this as well as a lot of heavy washes. Takes the watercolor very, very well. There's no compromise at all. This is the final sketch. It's a pen and ink sketch. Another thing that I want to say is that the Saunders paper is quite dry. Saunders is not my preferred paper. I prefer Fabriano. And the good thing about this is SPD does provide binding services as well. So you can bring down your own paper for them to bind. A sketchbook like this, now if you were to buy this sketchbook from them, it would be 35 Singapore dollars. And if you were to get them to bind it with your own paper, then the binding services is going to cost, for this size sketchbook, it's going to cost about $25. That's what they told me currently. And for anything larger than this, it would be about $30 to $35. So this sketchbook is $35 by itself. It's a bit pricey compared to other brands on other sketchbook, but this one is 100% cotton, and I think buying it from the Society of Physically Disabled is a good cause as well. If you are going to be buying it overseas, then it's not really worthwhile to buy it overseas because shipping from Singapore is going to be very expensive. I actually brought down some papers, Archers, as well as Fabriano paper for them to bind, for SPD to bind, and I will be doing a separate review for those sketchbooks in the next video. And that's all for this review. Remember to subscribe to my channel and also follow me at parkablogs.com. See you next time.